Hi guys, today I'm back to film my Project Pan update number 5. So I am really excited because we are almost halfway. After June it'll be officially halfway, so just one more month to be halfway through Project Pan. I did want to quickly say that I believe, if I counted correctly, I have 30 products left. So it's my goal next month to have 5 empties and to be officially halfway through Project Pan time-wise and halfway through product-wise. But I have a ton of stuff to do today. My son has early release, so we are going to try to make this video really quick. So this month for empties, I only had 3 products I finished, but I'm not too upset because everything has really good progress, or a lot more pan showing. The first thing is my Ulta Automatic Liner in Deep Brown. This is not 100% finished, but I mean, it won't twist up anymore, and the little nub of product in there, like, it's just too hard to use because it did separate from the base, so it is just pretty much at this point impossible to use. But I mean, this is a really great eyeliner. I actually really like this. I miss it, but now I'm kind of moving on to the other eyeliners I have in this project, so that is now finished. Next is the NYX Black Label Lipstick in Hot Pink, and I actually just really recently finished this, I think like 2 or 3 days ago. This formula is incredibly creamy and very pigmented, but with the kind of spring summer heat, it is like 10 times more creamy and almost kind of melted feeling. So I know, like, one of the last times I used it, it was a huge mess because of the heat, so like the outer packaging is a little messy and whatnot, but this is officially done. I really didn't have that many more uses left, and again, I think it's just because of the summer heat and how creamy it was, because there were times where I was applying it and I would accidentally apply like a huge glob of product because this is just so melted. So then I'd have to go through with a lip brush and kind of spread out the product and try to kind of get off some of the excess and stuff, but that is now officially done. And lastly is my Bath & Body Works Velvet Sugar body cream. You can see here the packaging looks like it's been through hell and back, but this I actually finished pretty close to the beginning of the month, so this feels like this has been finished for forever, but I'm glad this is done. It was starting to go bad, so this is done, and now I can work on the other lotions in my collection. So now on to my progress updates with everything else. First up is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So I had originally kind of started with the Dr. Jart BB cream and was trying to make a lot of progress with that, and my skin has just not been the greatest lately. I've been having some skin issues, a lot of breakouts and stuff. So for about a week I switched to using my Too Faced Born This Way mixed with the Rimmel Stay Matte. So my progress line is only like a week's worth of use. Of course I used it today, so it's not like perfectly settled, but you can see where we were last update and where we are now. So I'm in pretty good progress for only like a week's worth of use. I'm really happy with that, at least. So I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to go, because I feel like this really doesn't have that much more product left, and it's not going to take me until the end of the year. Like, I feel like I could probably have this finished, I would say, just kind of guessing, maybe like 2 months, I could probably have this finished. So decent progress. I think I could have obviously done better. I only used it for like a week, like I said, so I'm trying to imagine, using it for like a whole month. I'm sure it would look a lot more like this did, where it was a bigger gap there. So next is supposed to be my Laura Geller Bake Trio, but as you guys know, last update I had you guys vote on whether you wanted to see the NYX Concealer or the Dr. Jart BB Cream. It was a pretty much a tie, and a lot of you guys were like, well, just pan both. So that's kind of what I did. I ended up actually taking out the Benefit Their Real Liner and putting in the NYX Concealer. So we'll talk about that one too, but it's a little further down on the list. So I put the Dr. Jart BB Cream where the Laura Geller Bake Trio is. And like I said, I tried to use this a lot more towards the beginning of the month, but my skin was just not having it. Like, any little breakouts and stuff were just like peeking through, and it was just like I had put nothing on it. And I was like, okay, like, this just isn't working for me, so I need something fuller coverage for right now. So this is where I was at last update, and this is where we are now. So you can see still a nice little significant jump there, but I mean, I could have been better progress-wise. But this, I'm actually really surprised, because just kind of looking at it from the front, I'm kind of realizing that, I am at least halfway through this product, if not maybe a little bit more than halfway. So I'm kind of excited, because I just now realized, like, hey, you are actually halfway through this now. So I hope to kind of have a little bit better progress in the next coming months. I know I've worn it once or twice this last week just to try to, you know, use it a little bit more. Now my skin has been clearing up a little bit more. Just try to get a little bit more use out of it. Next is my NYX Baked Blush in Wanderlust. So this is what it looks like now. I don't know that it's going to look too different from last update, really. Kind of what I would say is this started out really strong at the beginning of the month. I was using it pretty consistently. And then towards the end, not so much. Of course, this last couple days I've gotten really back into it again because I found a product I really like to pair it with. And then towards the beginning of the month I was pairing it with my Maybelline Master Contour palette. I was pairing it with the blush in there, and it worked, you know, mixing those two together worked a lot better for me because this is pretty orange. But the other product I've been pairing it with, you know, it looks nice. Like I do have it on today. So, I mean, yeah, there's progress. I don't think it's gonna be, like I said, super noticeable. But I can definitely tell it is starting to get pretty flat. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm excited to see, you know, how long exactly is it gonna take me to actually hit pan. So there is my progress with that one. Next is my Anastasia Dip Brow. So happy about this one. So I'm going to show you, you can kind of see, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to tell, but I have technically hit the bottom of the jar. That's what all this over here is. This is the bottom of the jar. So I've just been kind of slowly working my way through the product. At first I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if you're going to really be able to tell. I'm kind of looking on camera. Like I said, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell that that's the bottom of the jar. But when I first hit the bottom of the jar, I was like, oh, there is no way you're going to be able to tell that I actually hit the bottom. Now that I've even used it a couple more weeks since kind of I hit the bottom, I can tell. I can see a huge difference even in like those 2 weeks. So I'm going to just keep going with this one, especially since it's summertime and I need something that is definitely smudge proof. I will definitely be keep on working on this and have hopefully even better progress with it in the next couple updates. So this is the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer. I don't know if this is going to look different, but I have used it every day. I feel like I can tell a slight difference, like it is, you know, getting even, the tube is getting skinnier and, you know, product is kind of gradually going down. I just don't know if it's something you'll be able to tell a lot. And it's kind of hard for me to have progress lines of this since the packaging is black. I don't have a silver Sharpie. I keep meaning to buy one. I never get around to it. But yeah, I've used this pretty much every single day, so there should be some progress with it. It's just whether it's super noticeable or not, I don't know. But I just plan to kind of keep that up. Going into summer, I think it is going to be a little bit more difficult panning this concealer because it is a dewy finish concealer. And I know like today I have it on and I have powder like kind of caked on it to like make sure that it really stays and doesn't crease and stuff. But I do kind of notice like as the day goes on, the dewiness kind of comes back with the concealer. So it might be a little bit difficult to pan this summer, but hopefully it won't be too bad and I can get through it pretty quickly. My Benefit What's Up, this definitely has a lot more pan showing on it now. I feel like I could have done a little bit better with this product, to be honest though. Again, the first week or two of the month I was, you know, using this every day, everything was going great, and then I just kind of stopped. And the reason for that is because now the product is really starting to get, you know, along the outer edges and into the corners more, and I just feel like I can't apply it with my finger as well. And for some reason I was like, you know, how am I going to use this? And for some reason I didn't even think to use it with a brush. But I've been using it with this BH Cosmetics brush this last week. And I mean, this makes it super easy to apply. It gets into the corners pretty nicely. So I feel like I'm kind of back in the game with this one. The only thing is I think it's going to be interesting to see how it pans differently. Because I know using my finger, I feel like I was using actually a little bit more product than a brush. But we'll kind of see. I'll see, you know, did I get more progress using it with my finger, applying it with my finger, or did I get more progress applying it with a brush? So we'll just kind of see in upcoming updates, but now that I'm kind of back in the game with this one, I'm pretty happy. And I actually have it on today. Like I said, I have a ton of powder on because of my concealer, but I actually really like it with the NYX Wanderlust blush, so these two will kind of help me get through each other. This is my Mally Ever Color Starlight liner. This is in Midnight Affair. This is the black. Obviously, since deep brown is done, I've been wearing this a lot more. Like, I know I have it on today, but then I put brown eyeshadow over top of it, which is something I've kind of been doing because I do wear brown eyeliner a lot more than black, especially during like the spring and summer months. But anyways, you know, since I kind of want to wear brown, I've been setting it with a brown eyeshadow. I have worn it and set it with a black eyeshadow quite a few times too though, but I just don't know if you're going to be able to tell that this is actually shorter. I did have to sharpen it 2 or 3 times, so I don't know. I just don't know if you're going to be able to tell it's that much shorter, but kind of the way I've been going off of it is how close I am to the writing. And right here, you know, it says distributed by Mally Girl, and I still have, you know, a little bit of space before I actually start running into that and sharpening through that part. So yeah, there's progress. I just don't know if it's going to be, again, super noticeable. This one is in Plum Sapphire. This one here, I don't know if you guys, I feel like this one you can tell. This one you can tell it's shorter. This one I started off the month and I was wearing this almost every single day. So I've been using this like the first 2 weeks of the month. This was more like the last 2 weeks of the month. But you know, this is what it looks like. I have started to sharpen through the words here on the side, so this is definitely shorter, and I'll show you side by side what they look like. So they're actually pretty close. I think that the Midnight Fair is still going to take me longer to finish, but yeah, there's progress with those. NYX Single Shadow in Stiletto. So as you can see here, I have a lot more pan showing, and I've even actually kind of cleared out this edge here. So definitely a lot more progress, but kind of same thing. I was using this a lot towards the beginning of the month. Last couple weeks I haven't really used it as much. There's been other project pan things I've been using, but it really hasn't been this. So to have that much progress in, I would say, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really pretty happy with that. I really don't think this is going to take me a whole lot longer to finish, just because it is pretty thin, it's pretty quick to pan, so I'm really happy with this. Next is my Bare Minerals lip gloss in Birthday Babe, and I actually do have progress with this. My lips were super chapped earlier in the month, and everything I used was not working. So for some reason I decided to reach for this. I think just because my Buxom glosses that I've used in the past have, you know, always been really hydrating for me. And I was like, well, let's try the Moxie glosses, Bare Minerals, Buxom, basically the same company. And their glosses are really similar, so I decided to try this. It worked like a dream. My lips were super hydrated. So this is really, you know, only just using it kind of here and there for hydrating my lips. I haven't even really worn it like, you know, all day in kind of reapplication. Like I said, just a few uses just to hydrate my lips every now and then. So this gloss, I had a feeling it was going to pan pretty quickly because the Buxom ones do as well. And I mean, this just kind of proves that for me. So I like that I have this nice little gap now. I'm kind of down to the E and Moxie now, so we'll kind of see. I'm gonna actually start wearing this pretty soon, you know, every day, and wearing it as a lip color, not just as a hydrator for my lips. So even then the progress will, you know, grow a little bit more. So pretty happy with that one. Next is my NARS lip pencil in Cruella. I didn't use this month, so it looks exactly the same as last month. I was going to use it as a lip liner, like I said, under MAC Russian Red, but I actually have another NYX liner that I really want to get through, like a lip liner. So I was like, you know, as much as I like pairing these two together, I'm going to use that lip liner, and then, you know, I'll kind of save this for the second half of the year like I had planned. But, you know, if I do feel like I need to kind of touch up and stuff, and I need something that's going to be a little bit more precise than the actual MAC Russian Red lipstick, I will use this to kind of clean up with it. I just haven't really had to do that this month. Next is my Hemp's Herbal Lip Balm. At first I was like, there's no progress with this, it doesn't look any different, and then I looked at my last video update and I'm like, whoa, there's definitely a lot more pan showing now. I didn't even really think about it, but I guess when my lips were super dry, I was obviously using anything and everything, and so this got quite a bit of use then. Plus, it's another product that is extremely, you know, kind of melty in consistency, and especially with the summer heat, it's like 10 times more. So you reach in there to get a little bit and you end up pulling out like a huge glob, and it's like, I didn't want that much product. So you try to put it back in and stuff, but I feel like that's kind of another reason too that I've had a lot of progress with that, is because I kind of reach in for a little bit and sometimes I pull out a little more than I had expected to. But I'm pretty happy with the progress with that one. That was a product I was worried about whether I would finish it on time or not. but I'm not so much worried about it now that I kind of have a bigger amount of pan showing, and I can see that, you know, it's possible to get a decent amount of progress in a month with that one. Next is my Benefit Cha Cha Balm. I did not use this month. I will start using it soon because I'm going to pair it with the Bare Minerals Moxie Gloss, the Birthday Babe one. So I'll start using this soon, but I was mostly focused on finishing up the hot pink lip color, so this didn't get really any use. But like I said, now that I'm going to start wearing Birthday Babe, that should get more use. Next is my NYX Butter Lipstick in Sweet Tart. I didn't use this month either because, again, just trying to stick with hot pink and Russian red and focus on those. So that is what it looks like. I think I might have worn this once, and it was just to kind of try out a new lip combo. But other than that, really no use, no progress. Next is the MAC Russian Red lipstick. So again, I went and mixed this with like every possible lip product this month, you know, ColourPop Ultra Mattes, creamy lipsticks, lip glosses, you know, a multitude of things. And I've even worn it quite a few times on its own, and I feel like it doesn't really look too much different. Like, it does look a little bit shorter, I can kind of tell, and the lipstick shape has started to change and flatten out even more. But I mean, I just want to see like a huge jump in progress with it, and I feel like I'm just not getting that with this, and I think that's why sometimes panning this can be a little bit discouraging for me, because I just feel like I'm not seeing the progress I want to. But I mean, I don't know, it is shorter, right? Like, it's not just me. I don't know, I think next year I need to start like panning with having like a paper and having lines and stuff, because especially the MAC lipsticks, like, you can't really mark them up and stuff, otherwise they won't take them back for the back to MAC. But I think that that would help me more, kind of seeing the progress and, you know, feeling a little bit more motivated and kind of encouraged. But I am really proud of myself on how many times I wore this like completely on its own and reapplication. I know there was one day I wore this and I reapplied 4 times, and I was like, that is, you know, for me, kind of unheard of, especially with this lipstick. So I really want to do that again this next month and have quite a few times where I wear it on its own and I have a ton of reapplication with it. So that's kind of my goal next month, is to just kind of keep that going, and hopefully actually see a lot of progress next month then. Next is my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. This is what it looks like here. I have used this pretty much every single day this month. There have been a few days that I haven't, just because I've worn, you know, some darker eyeshadows or, you know, like purple eyeshadows or something. But like, I even have it on today as my base. I kind of started out applying this with my finger, and I was like, you know, I liked it, but I didn't love it. So again, I've kind of switched to applying this with a brush. So kind of same thing as the Benefit What's Up. It'll be kind of interesting to see if I got more progress using my finger to apply the product, or if I more progress using a brush. So we'll just kind of have to see, but I have to say I do like the brush application way, way better. I feel like when I use my finger, the application can be a little patchy. Like, sometimes I'll apply more product on the inner corner and less on the outer corner. The brush, I feel like it's just a nice, even, smooth application. That, and I do want to start using this as a face highlighter, because I have used it in the past that way, but it's been a long time since I've done that, so I do kind of want to use that as a face highlighter at least a little bit, you know, every now and then, just to get a little extra use out of it, and plus it is a beautiful color. So I'm really happy with how that one has went this month. Next is my MAC Single Shadow in Naked Lunch. This looks a lot like Stiletto. I feel like the pan has grown, and I have cleared out an edge over here now. So that's kind of what I've been working on, is still just like clearing out more of the edge. But I'm still really happy with this. This is basically the same thing as Stiletto. Wore it for a couple times during the beginning of the month. Well, not a couple times, but a couple weeks for the beginning of the month. And then just kind of stopped towards the end. So to have this much progress, I feel like is really good. I've been meaning to try this as a face highlighter, and I have not gotten that far yet. But I want to finish this and NYX Stiletto at the same time, as close as possible at the very least. So I'm pretty happy that they are looking very similar panning wise, and like I will actually finish them together. So very happy with my progress on that one. This is my Urban Decay eyeshadow in Virgin. I was trying to clear out this edge in here. I didn't quite do that yet though. Kind of working on it. But I don't know, same thing, I've worn this every time I've worn Stiletto and Naked Lunch, and just haven't maybe gotten quite as much progress. And I think that's because I use this on the inner corner a lot as a highlight, so you know, I'm just applying it to that one little area. I have been using it as a face highlighter off and on. So, and usually when I do that, I dip my brush in down here where it's very full. And this used to be very smooth and pretty much looked like it hadn't even been touched. And now I can kind of tell that it is bumpy. Like you can tell where I've been kind of digging my brush in to get product and stuff. So this is not smooth and untouched looking like it, you know, used to. It does have like some texture and stuff, and you can tell it's been used. So even though the pan hasn't grown on this one as much, you know, even having that little bit of, you know, kind of use up here, I feel like has made a huge difference because the eyeshadow is starting to get kind of thinner, and I'm starting to see more of the edge around the eyeshadow. So I am pretty happy with this one. I wish it was a little bit better, but I am for the most part pretty happy with it. Next is my Nip and Fab Frown Fix. I tried really hard to finish this month. Basically I use this as like an all over face primer or right before my face primer, just thinking it would kind of maybe fill in some pores too. Since it does claim to be an instant line filler, I was like maybe it'll kind of like plump up my skin and make my pores kind of appear smaller. So I don't know, it just didn't really do anything for me. It does help with like my wrinkle in my forehead that I have. That's really the main wrinkle like I'm concerned with. But I don't know, it didn't really do anything for my pores. Like I said, wore it all over my face a few times. It's still holding on strong. I wish I knew how much product was in here, but I feel like I have to be getting at least somewhat close to the end with this one. So I'm happy with my progress with that one. I just really wish I would have finished it. Up is my Formula 1006 Get Your Glow On Mask. I didn't use this month. I used a lot of other face masks this month, but not this one. I don't know why. I've just been way too lazy to use it. It's really not that hard to use it. It's just that when I use it sometimes I don't always get like a nice smooth layer of it. So there'll be spots where it's like, oh, it's not quite dry here, but you know, like this side of my face is dry and ready to like be peeled off. So sometimes I just don't feel like dealing with a little bit of a hassle that this product can be sometimes. But you know, I'm kind of thinking this next month I have used up a lot of other face masks in my collection, and that I can hopefully kind of start to focus on this again. Next is my Bath & Body Works Pink Chiffon Lotion. I did not use this very much, just that tiny little bit there. I don't know why I can't really think of any reason other than, I mean, I've had to use something else for shaving cream, so I haven't really been using this to shave with. I've been using, like, the only part of my body that's been dry really has been my lips and my feet, and I have a special foot cream, so I've been using that. So I guess I just really haven't needed to use this. But I think I am going to try to keep this like next to my bed and use it as like a hand cream every night. That way, you know, I'm getting a little bit of use out of it. And then the shaving cream that I'm using is actually just a little sample, like trial size one. So I feel like I will go through that pretty quickly, hopefully this next month, and then I can kind of start using this as a shaving cream again. This is my Bath & Body Works Coconut Vanilla Signature Mist. So you can see where we were last time and where we are now. I tried really hard to finish this before the end of the month. Like, I know the last couple days I've completely like drenched myself in this product just trying to finish it, and came pretty close but not quite there. I am definitely very sick of this scent. It kind of sucks because I have a lot of coconut body mist, but I know one of them is like coconut and guava and it smells totally different than this. So I don't know, I'm just really pretty over this, and it sucks because, like I said, I have this little bit left. So I'm going to really focus on using this as like a room spray probably this next month. That way I still get through it, but I don't have to wear it as much because, like I said, just getting a little sick of it. So there's my progress with that one. Next is my Pacifica Rollerball in the Malibu Lemon Blossom. I didn't use this month because I was trying to finish the coconut vanilla one. So it's exactly where it was last time. It's about to like be like just above the E in lemon. So this is going to be what I'm going to be focusing on next. I'm just going to give the coconut, you know, a couple more days, I think, and then I will switch to this. So this will have more progress next update. Like I said though, I just wanted to finish the Bath & Body Works fragrance mist first and get it out of the way. So that'll have more progress next month. This is my Victoria's Secret Coconut Passion. What is this? The body cream, hand and body cream. No progress with this because I'm working on Pink Chiffon. I obviously finished Velvet Sugar. This is next on my list. I just need to get through Pink Chiffon first. So that's next on my list, just no progress this month. Next is my Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. I was like bound and determined to try to finish this month, and I came close, but kind of once I realized I wasn't going to, I kind of quit. So you can see where we were last time and where we are now. So a nice big little jump there. But this last week or so, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to finish this in time. It's going to take me at least another month to get through the rest of this. So I kind of switched gears and went back to the TG Bedhead Small Talk product, which is next. But I'm really happy with this, and I think, you know, again, just another month of just using this and I could maybe potentially finish this. So I'm actually really happy with that this month. Next is my Sebastian Potion 9. I did not use this month. Like I said in the past video, I love using this for like beachy waves. But I have been out of sea salt spray, so I haven't really felt like using this because I don't have a sea salt spray to pair with it. I usually like to put this in my hair when it is wet, and I'll spray a little bit of sea salt spray when my hair is wet, and then when my hair is dry, I will spray even more sea salt spray. But this just adds like a little bit of extra hold, and kind of when I'm sleeping on my hair wet, I kind of get a little bit of wave just doing that. So this kind of offers a little bit of hold and kind of holds that wave in there. So no progress with this. As soon as I pick up a sea salt spray though, which I might do today, I'll start using this a little bit more. Next is my Big Sexy Spray and Play. This is even lower. I think last time I said it was like, you know, up to like here maybe, and now I would say it's down to like here. Like there's really just not a lot left in here. I don't feel like I use this that much, but I guess I kind of have. I've had a couple hairstyles where I like need to spray all little baby hairs kind of down and out of place. I curled my hair a couple times. And, you know, this is really great for kind of this time of the year where it's kind of humid out, because this still holds pretty well through humidity. So, some progress with this one. I'm not quite finished yet, but I will be hopefully soon. My Bedhead TG Small Talk. The progress I'm going to show you is only a week's worth of progress, and I'm actually really happy with it. I'm really surprised. So you can see here the line through the L's, or the top line through the L's is where I was at last time, and then this line here is where we are now. So I'm actually incredibly happy. I didn't expect that for a week's worth of use, but I have noticed that like since my hair is starting to get a little bit longer, I have been using more product. So I think before I was only using 1 pump of this, and now I'll do like 1.5 to 2 pumps. So I am kind of using twice as much product. So I think that's part of why I have a nice little progress line for only a week, but I'm gonna kind of, I don't know. I really want to finish the Super Skinny Serum, but at the same time, I really just want to keep going with this because I feel like I need to really start working on this one a little bit more to actually get it done by the end of the year. So I don't know. We'll kind of see, I guess. Either next month I will have a huge progress line with this, or I'll have finished the Super Skinny Serum. This is my Bliss Hide and Glow Seek. I meant to use this month and I just never got around to it. I think the reason I don't use this is because it says it's the medium to deep color. Obviously, I would have liked to have, I think, the light to medium or fair to medium. I don't know, I don't remember why. I think the Bliss rep, yes, the Bliss rep gave this to me because it's got a little line through it. I don't know though. I am just going to have to kind of keep using this. I've used it a couple times and I remember thinking it's really not that dark. It's just like a typical sunless tanner. Because the fair to medium or light to medium, it's a little bit of color, but it's very subtle. So this is more like an actual sunless tanner on me. But for some reason I keep like pushing it out of my mind, or, you know, find excuses not to use it. So I do need to improve on that this next month. I feel like with it being kind of more officially going into summertime and more short season, I will probably start to wear this more because my legs are super white. I don't want to tan. And you know, I have like a couple bronzers and stuff I like to use like on my body, and this could be something I could use on my legs. And lastly is my NYX Radiant Finishing Powder. This has a pretty decent amount of pan showing on it now. So you can kind of, or hopefully you can kind of see how much pan I have showing now. This purple color here in the corner is almost completely gone. The blue, I would say, not quite halfway. I still probably have a little bit more than half of the blue left. Have not even gotten into the pink color yet, but I have been trying to make sure I'm using the pink. I've worn away at the colors of the yellow and green, and haven't really gotten to the white yet, but the white is actually a lot thinner than the pink color. So this pink one is kind of my main concern right now because it's still pretty thick. I do pay extra special attention to it and kind of run my brush through just the pink on its own, but it's still staying pretty thick. So I think we're just going to have to kind of wait for the pan to spread to the pink, and then hopefully I'll start to see some more progress. But I think I really only use this to set my under eyes and to touch up my makeup a little bit every now and then. So a lot more pan showing for just, you know, using it every day on the eyes and just a touch up every now and then. So pretty happy with that. That is it for my update on everything. I attempted to make this short, but it still ended up being like 30 minutes long. Hopefully by the time I edit it, I can get down a little bit smaller. But like I said, 30 products left. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, it's really my goal though to have 5 products finished at least by next update, so that way we are halfway through time-wise and halfway through product-wise. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.